My name is the Radman, and we are here to play some Farming Simulator 2015. Now, I have had this game for quite a while. I didn't want multiplayer. I wanted to just look at my mods. Anyway, oh yeah, down here. So, I'm going to be starting up this series along with probably Minecraft and maybe another game that most of you probably haven't heard of within the next week, or at least that is my plan. And I'm just going to show you guys a little bit of the mods that I've downloaded for this game. And as you can see, there is quite the list of them. And only a few of them actually work. And what I'm going to do is this playthrough that we are going to have, we're going to do it, let's see, I think we're going to do normal because easy makes it too easy, and hard is really hard to do a let's play for because you end up spending most of your time farming money anyway. Plus, it makes it really hard to hire workers because of how much money it takes. And this series, by the way, is going to be all about showing you the easiest and fastest way to make enough money to buy most of the equipment in the game, as well as introducing those of you who may be new to Farming Simulator or just Farming Simulator 2015, some of the changes, additions, and maybe a few of the things that they've taken out of the game. And I'll show you right off the bat one of the major changes, I think, that they've done to the physics engine as soon as the game loads. I really don't want to have to skip it, but I might do that if it doesn't hurry up. Let's see. Just got a frame rate drop. Well, I'll be right back. Okay guys, here we go. No, I don't want the guided tour. Okay. Yeah, that guided tour is pretty annoying. So, this is the normal walking speed for Farming Simulator. I believe it's about similar to 2013. This is your starting place. Got a few buildings. Now, I'm gonna give you the grand tour of what I know about this place first. Yeah. So this is where you sell your straw and hay. I believe that this... Oh, actually, I remember. This building, for some odd reason, even though you're supposed to put the straw and hay in here, I don't think it actually has like a very good clipping mask. So I think that if you put straw and hay on the top of the building, it shoots out to the sides, which is a really weird glitch. And then this is the chicken coop for the chickens. As you can see, if you remember, if you've seen Farming Simulator 2013, you will see that this combine is a ton bigger than the default combine in the other games. Now we also have a new feature. We have to fold out a little thing on the first combine. It will drive you crazy if you don't know about that folding out thing, and I'm just going around pressing Q to hook up my machinery. And then the first thing I'm going to do is just hire a worker, because in this game they actually give you... Come on, move. Crap. There we go. I somehow downloaded a manual starting mod without knowing what the manual start key is, and I don't want to take the time on camera to figure it out, because I think it was supposed to be a mod for one of my machineries, but it affected them all. And here we have the new silo. It's kind of a 3-in-1. Oh crap, don't crash. Okay. I think it was trying to activate the GUI there for the silo, and I didn't let it. And as you can see now, it is sometimes very easy to get your tractor stuck down. Of course, I don't know what's wrong with them. I think I'm glitching into the fence. Press G to switch vehicles. There we go. I think the weight's collision mask is interfering with something. Just, yeah. Sometimes the weights do strange things if you don't watch them very carefully. And, we will be spending a bit of money to have these fields cultivated so early on. Oh, man. Oh my gosh, I think it added a manual transmission to this thing too. That's probably what it is there's a manual transmission to all the tractors and a manual start. So I'm definitely gonna have to fix that. Are you serious? Really? 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 What's the button? Okay. The button for put down doesn't do anything. Oh, the game's gonna crash, I think. Okay, guys, so the game is trying to crash, so I think what we're gonna do is I'm gonna go through the mods that I have and try and figure out which one is actually causing that, because that's not very good for YouTube to have the game crashing when it starts. So I'll be right back. I just have to figure out, I'm hoping that one of these somewhere will say like manual start, and if not, then I might just end up having to look up all of these on like Chrome just to see which of them. Oh, yeah, driving assistance mods. No wonder. Well, if you don't know the drive controls for Drive Assist, that doesn't help you at all. Okay, I'm just gonna really quickly restart the world then. I didn't realize I had downloaded that driving mod. I think it came packed in with something else, which is why I didn't know about it before. And if not, then I kind of suspect that all-around pack right there might be doing it. So I'll be right back when I get this. Okay, hey guys, I'm back. So what I forgot to tell you is that, let's see, I can delete this one, it was the test one anyway. So what I forgot to tell you is when you are dealing with mods, if you change one mod, it usually restarts the game, which is why it was acting like it was going to crash, because it pretty much was. Now, I almost want to start Westbridge Hills just because I know the map better, but we're going to use Bahorolum. Oh my gosh, I'm slaughtering that name. But yeah, we're going to use this map instead because the logging aspect of this game is a lot easier in Bahorolum because there are obviously trees everywhere, whereas in the American map, it wasn't designed for logging. This map was designed with all the 2015 features implemented into it. And yeah, this time I think we'll have less performance issues also, because I am pretty sure that could have been caused by the driving mod trying to work with someone who has no idea how to run it. Oh yeah, see, it loaded quite a bit quicker this time. So also, they kept in the you can press tab to go to your vehicles, and as you can hear, it started up immediately this time. For some reason the worker wasn't as, it's not detecting the field. There we go. Kinda had to get it going there. That was weird. But yeah, yep. If you put a little tiny bit of seed in the sower like I just did, what you can do is you can use a worker, and I believe with this seeder, I can't remember, but you don't have to refill your seed because it'll either it either won't charge you, it'll add a little bit onto the worker charge, or it just will, you know, not do anything. let's just see. I think I think that they made it so it does charge you for seed. Yeah, that's about the price of the seed. If you look up there at the money in the top right, it's counting down slowly as the workers, and as you can see when it jumps, that's it costing the workers and the seed. And now if you look at the combine, you can see that it's going really slowly to actually fill it up. And this tiny field right here will fill up about this for about 1.5 times is about the ratio. Now we're gonna go to the shop because for those of you who have either never played the game or played 2013, this is a far cry better than 2013. As you can see, I'm just gonna not go into detail about each of these tractors. I'm just gonna show you all of them really quickly. So we have those tractors, we have the front loaders. There are only actually 2 or maybe 3 in-game tractors that support the loaders, so that might be something you need to mod if you don't like the in-game tractors. We have a truck now, which was something that they added into the Titanium DLC for the Farming Simulator 2013 around the end of its lifespan. Obviously, you can still, I don't know if you can still buy it, but I still have it. It's just I don't think that they probably aren't working on it anymore. And as you can see, we still have that little harvester that we've had forever, and now we have the headers. As you can see, it goes all the way up, and now it actually says how many feet on them, and the biggest 2 are 45, and it's between Case and New Holland. So now we have a New Holland stuff, which was something that they had announced for to build up hype for the game, was that they were getting big names like New Holland to now. And as you can see, we have chrome header trailers. I don't actually know how to use those, so I probably won't ever be buying one. Potato harvesting stayed pretty much the same. Yeah, this just goes on the front, this goes on the back. Something to keep in mind if you never use this potato harvester, this is a 4-row. This is a 1-row. If you don't know that, it'll drive you crazy because you skip 3 rows every time that you go down. And at least in Farming Sim 2013, it was really hard to tell the textures between dug up potatoes and potatoes with the tops cut off. But anyway, as you can see, we have the smallest trailer up to this trailer, and they go really big in this game. And I'm still probably gonna mod that. I usually end up do, as you can see, if you remember, they had 2 sizes of these. Now they only have 1. The plows, we have a really big plow that goes up to 6 meters working width. The cultivators, I believe they get big too. They go up to 12 meters, and yeah, that's the biggest one. If you remember 2013, actually, they had varying sizes of cultivators and a whole long list of them. It was really annoying to tell which ones were like the best and stuff. So now we have a corn and sugar beet sower here with a 9-meter capacity and a 9-meter other. Yeah, that's just generalized. Is that onions or potatoes? Weird. Must be potatoes, it has to be. Yeah, and as you can see, they now have the same size, because it used to be that there was a jump between the biggest size of wheat sower and the biggest size of corn sower. Now they're the same size. I'm still probably going to mod them though, and I'm probably going to try and buy this if I can make enough money in the first day. That's sometimes pretty hard. And the game is actually paused in the background now, because before it used to just run in the background. And now we also have these for sprayers. I usually don't buy these just because you end up spending a lot more on fertilizer, because it uses up fertilizer a lot quicker. Then we have the 3 types of manure spreaders, slurry tankers, and now our biggest one is actually this thing. And this is actually for transporting a lot of manure to a field so that you can refill these at your fields. Because one big problem of 2013 was how quickly you'd run out of manure, but how long it would take to drive back to wherever you were getting it from for like distant fields. So you can see we have 3 types of windrowers. I don't think they changed. We have these loading wagons. That's actually a good alternative to baling. And because as you can see, baling and baling equipment is actually pretty expensive. 38,000, 24,000. This you only need if you're doing hay though. Yeah, see, pack hay bales so they can ferment. I don't actually know what you do with them because I've never bothered with it before. And yeah, we actually have an automatic round bale loader. I actually really like that because that was something kind of annoying of 2013. And now we have the various 3 sizes. I've never used these 2 sizes of feed wagon though because I usually don't buy cows until I can afford this big one and a few loaders to run it. And now we have the auger wagon. I like having one of these. I got a few modded ones, which I'll show you because I'm going to show you these. There's the weights. And this is one of the new tabs, like totally new. This machine removes tree stumps. This is for hauling trees. This is for replanting. I've never actually bought one. This is for transporting. It's like your first time transporter. This is technically your first chopper, but I'll show you a better alternative mod for it. This transport logs, as it says, this is like a loader, and then this is actually what does the cutting if you don't just buy a chainsaw. And here we come to another new tab, the chainsaws. And you can use these to cut down trees, or you can that can cut down trees that are not supported by the Scorpion King. And yeah, they actually have a pickup in game now. And we also have wheel loaders, which is the last type of loader in the game. And we also have the telehandler, which I guess is another type of loader. I forgot to include it though. And as you can see, we have 2. Oh, that's a rat bale handler. But now we have a log fork, which is a little cool addition, and a universal bucket. Because now we actually have wood chips that we can sell for fuel and stuff. And we actually have a low loader for that semi so that we can transport vehicles from place to place easier, which is, I think it's a good addition. Now we also have this thing that you can use to clean dirty vehicles. I don't know if I'll ever buy it just because I actually think it's kind of fun to collect a bunch of dirt. And you can actually buy trees now for about $7,000. Now I can't actually remember if you can make money doing that. Oops, see the game paused in the background. Now we actually have overall categories. So we have brands, we've already looked at that all though. Now we have the mods. As you can see, I have mods in almost every category. Forestry is a very heavily modded thing for me. And I'll just let you see some of my mods. Now most of these, if there's like repeats of them and stuff, or slight variations, come in packs. So yeah, if you just look up packs, you can usually find most of these. Let's see, it says TSL. So those are all packs. Then we'll go back, and I'm just showing you these so that you know what we might be using in future episodes. So yeah, I can't actually remember. Oh yeah, that's a conveyor trailer. Yeah, and I downloaded these conveyor belts because they will come in handy later if my plan goes according to plan. Because one problem that there is now is it's kind of annoying. Oh yeah, and this is processing of wood into wood chips. And most of these trucks and stuff are just mods like trailers and stuff, or single truck carriers. And now we actually have a few modded combines just because I like John Deere and some of the alternatives that people have made to combines. And for some reason, some of the combines don't have any fruit types, so I'm hoping that means that they are going to work properly. Oh yeah, and This is for a machine that can function as a chopper, and unfortunately those headers don't actually tell you what they cut. I kind of wish they did, because those are crop specific headers. Keep in mind if you download one of those mods. Now these are all extensions on the in-game harvesters, just because if you get into potatoes, you will spend so much time doing just potatoes. And also, if you notice, yeah, we just basically have another beet harvester or two. This, I think, is actually a 4-row compared to the normal in-game 1-row first harvester. And these are what I'm actually looking the most forward to. These are small overloaders that you can use for transport in between, like, say you have... I'm gonna kill that. I thought I killed that alarm earlier. So now you can have the transport from this into something like, I don't know if it can be as tall as this, but like from this trailer to a bigger trailer, so that you can just follow the combine around and have space. And these, I can't actually remember what they are, but it's missing functions apparently. But I think that they're just like portable, really portable things. And that kind of worries me that I can't actually see those, so we might buy one later when I have enough money just to see what it is. As you can see, if you guys haven't got the hint, overloaders and other means of transportation are very important later on in the game when you're dealing with a lot more crops. And I also have another thing, plows, or I don't usually use plows. I think those came in all in a pack though, so whatever. And I think I actually modded in the one of the bigger trailers. I thought I did. Huh. I thought I modded in like the biggest in-game one from 2013 that you could get, but might have been deleted. This phone, I swear, people, I don't know why in the world they call it these times. Oh yeah. So we also have alternative means of bale handling here. These are better for round bales, except I do believe that you have to line these up better. We have an alternative to the square baler. This hay wrapper that has a really weird texture. A John Deere baler. And this is worrying me. It's a $0 baler. I'm not going to be buying $0 equipment, by the way, because usually it's usually game breaking, which is why they put it $0, or they just feel like you were incompetent enough to make money in the first place. And, oh yeah, this is what I'm most proud of, the forestry equipment. I have tracked down some of the best forestry equipment you can get, except for this thing. Like I said. Yeah, okay. So then there's this Ponce, which is just a few of the textures fixed up a little. There's this tree pusher with a crane for moving trees into piles. There's this, I think that's a portable shredder. This is a repainted version of the Scorpion King. This is one of those blades without a crane. This is a really small tipper trailer. I don't know why I'd ever use it. I believe that this is, yeah, this is, if you look at this, this is a wood chip. So yeah, that's made for wood chips. This is more of a wide and narrow, or wide and not very long trailer as compared to a high and long trailer. This is a separate crane assembly. This is for one of those machines that like picks up the big bins and stuff. And then these are actually modded. These are what I'm going to be using because they're modded to have a longer load conveyor. And then there's this modified chopper that oh, I actually might use these if I can get enough money. They're obviously pretty pricey. But yeah, these are actually used okay, wow, there's one change in words. They're used for wood chip processing, which you sell to a... The only problem with wood chips, let me just tell you right now, is there's only one place you can actually sell them. So basically, you're gonna have to wait for a return on your money. Like, you're gonna have to probably end up selling all your stuff all at once, and I don't know what these are, actually. And yeah, we have a lot of repeats, and wood crusher, a forwarder, yeah. And sorry about this first episode being showing off, but I don't want to have to do this in any other episodes. And here we have all the conveyor belts that weren't in the first place, and we actually have a MISC folder. So as you can see, I downloaded an excavator just because I've never tried one before, and more extensions for those. I think, is this a corn chopper? I have no idea what in the world that's designed to chop. Then that's kind of got a mixed up texture. Got a Kenworth, got another one of those with a set attachment. And then finally we have the placeables. I actually oh my gosh, I got the straw power plant mod. Now, if you've never been introduced to the straw power plant mod, it is a really easy way to get around. I'll just show you. So I was telling you guys that over here at the hay bales, it's a little bit glitchy. Now, with straw power plant, rather than dealing with clipping masks on the roof and stuff, it's just a structure that you place on the ground, you back up to, and you can dump stuff from the pickup wagons in it that pick up this straw stuff to whole bales, and it gives you the exact same price as the shed. So it is a little bit of an investment, but in the long run, if you're doing like halfway across the map bale processing, and you have one halfway across the map, you'll save money. Now, I'm trying to decide how to do this. As you can see, oh yeah, I forgot I paused the game, so not much has actually happened. Oh yeah, I'm going to show you the farm store now. So we're just going to go see the little question bubbles. We've got the vehicle shop. Now, I'm going to show you on the map. If you press 9, you can actually see a big blown up version of the map. So as you can see, we're right by the biomass heating plant, which is that orange trailer, which means it's a selling point. Now that is the only place on the map that sells wood chips, and I'll show you, or buys wood chips, I mean, and I'll show you how to tell what buys what in just a second. Now as you can see, if you look on the map, we have those steering wheels. Those are actually our tractors in the field right now. Now we'll put that down, and if you press I, they've taken the PDA approach and scrapped it. And as you can see, we have the weather, news. I can't remember when there is news. I think it's when there's massive sales and stuff. Okay, yeah, great demands. We've got the finances on the first page. Oh, we've got the prices and the storage of everything. And as you can see, we have the biomass heating plant. It's the only place across the board that buys wood chips, as you can see. So, and there's obviously the biogas plant to buy seeds, to buy silage, which we have none of right now. And I don't think there's a counter for it because it goes in those massive storage places. And as you can see, especially with something like potatoes, there are only 2 places that buy it, and it's relatively cheap, but that's because you produce a lot of potatoes. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to take about half of all my storage and sell it. But I actually have to go right now, so this is going to be the end of the first episode. Oh yeah, this is the place where you can sell your vehicles for a little bit more if you take the time to drive them here. And yeah, also, we have to go all the way to the end for this. If you come over here, you can easily reset vehicles now, one by one, instead of having to reset all your vehicles on a map. I can't remember if you could do it individually, but now it's a little bit easier than it was. And as you can see, we have a growth map, we have animals, which I have none of, we have statistics, which is interesting now. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next episode, and I promise next episode will not be this much of a tutorial. So I will see you in the next one. Goodbye. Hello, everyone. I'm back, and we are in Farming Simulator 2015, and my name is the Rad Man. So, last episode, I gave you guys the rundown of Farming Simulator 2015 and some of the differences between it and 2013, and we figured out that I had a mod that was doing really weird stuff to my game. Now, I want to see, do I have that mod installed? No, I have to go find it. I was gonna say, I have a really cool mod installed, but that's, it's a Farming Simulator 2013 I haven't, re-downloaded for 2015 yet. And basically, it makes your combine, operator a little bit smarter so he doesn't miss stuff like the very edge of the field when he's combining, etc. Because actually, it's called the Auto Combine mod, but it does transfer in between a few other vehicles. Oh, and then they also made the Auto Tractor, which makes it for all vehicles. Oh, I don't have quite enough money. Oh yeah. Oops. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna come and I'm gonna show you guys how to use the store. No, not the store. I already showed you guys that. I'm gonna show you guys how to use the augers. Silos, that's what they are. I had a brain fart. Now we're gonna stop, and if we press R, it's for filling, and we're gonna start getting wheat. Now we're gonna take the same amount of all, and as you can see, we've actually taken all of it out. I kind of thought we had a little bit more, and I pressed the wrong button. Now if we look, we have wheat, and we can actually use our, yep. Now we have wheat, and it sells for a maximum of 680 at the windmill. So I'm going to show you guys how to actually use your in-game map. And I would probably recommend not driving like I am. I think we have to turn around. Not really paying attention though. Here we go. Oh yeah, no, I know my silos. Trust me. Now if we go this way, we'll be right on track to getting to the windmill. And yeah, as you notice, what I meant by last episode, I said that this map is built for forestry. As you can see, these really, really tall trees are some that are supported by the in-game harvesting equipment. And move. And now, if we just cut across this little dirt road, we'll get to the windmill and be able to sell this, and then I'll show you guys how you can use resetting your vehicle to quick travel between fields and these external selling areas and your farm. And there's still like a really weird border between the roads and the fields, if you notice. And yeah, as you can see, there's a lot of trees on this map. Now, all of these trees can be cut down if you have the proper equipment for it. And, oh yeah, one thing I like, actually, is the fact that it says the name of the shops, because if you played 2013, it didn't tell you that. It was so annoying. And yeah, you can see the windmill. Oh yeah, it's running. I thought it wasn't running for some reason. I was like, okay. And this is actually a side tipper, so all we gotta do is come up here and press Q to unload. Now we have monies. Now we have $10,000, so we're gonna go back to our store real quick. Now, if you remember in the last episode, I showed you guys the fertilizer spreaders. Now, as you can see, if we sell one more thing at a really good price, we might have enough to actually buy one, which is really exciting because that makes it so that all your fields give you more crops if you fertilize them. Now, the other thing I'm considering buying is, some of you might be thinking, well, why not buy a baler? Because they are too much money. If you buy a baler and you can't actually end up selling the crops that you produce for a good price, you can really easily run yourself into the ground and not be able to actually recover from that because of how much money you'll be spending on different things constantly. Now, what I was actually going to look at is an auger wagon. No, these are the really expensive ones. It's under tippers. I was going to consider buying one of these. That'll leave us with about $2,000. I don't know why there's a red version of that. Maybe that's like chopped grass and silage or something. Yeah. And I think, oh, okay, what we're going to do is, some people might consider this cheating. I consider it taking advantage of the game's mechanics. What I do is I get something, okay, of course we're in the wrong menu. I get something like this, and I purchase it, and then I really quickly run to the store and test it out. Because if I'm buying like $200,000-$300,000, and that's a huge investment in this game, guys, if you've never played it, you want to make sure that you're buying exactly what you want to buy. Now we have a little O for the pipe out, it's like the controls for the chopper. And now, as you can see, when it's all the way out, basically, as long as the trailers, oh, it does have a little detailed spout. That's cool. I kind of thought it didn't. But anyway, so basically, when you come up to a trailer that's up to that much bigger, you can unload. Now, we're actually going to go test this because I've kind of memorized the way back to the farm from the shop. And when we need to actually bring back the bigger trailer, I'll show you guys how to use resetting your vehicles to your advantage. Now, just as a thought, these first few episodes are going to be more tutorialized, but then the actual, like, down hard how to make money will come when we've upgraded some equipment, because right now it's a little bit harder to make money. Oh yeah. And if you're into using like water for like those placeable, it's not the bee sheds, it's the gardens. It comes out of that little tap over there, and there's probably a few more points around the map, but that's the one that it tells you about right when you start the game if you do the tutorial. And we will grab this because he is filled up. And okay, one big difference in the physics engine is it actually takes into account how much horsepower your vehicle has when you're pulling a trailer. So before, you could pretty easily, with a really small tractor, pull the biggest trailer in the game across the map. Now if you tried to do that, you would, especially on these hills, you'd just start sliding backwards probably. And I'm just gonna say, what I kind of want to see is I just want to make sure that this actually holds. Yep, okay, good. I wanted to make sure that that held at least one empty from that combine. Now we're just gonna go reset him. So what we do is we press I, then we scroll over all the way to here. Now it should automatically have selected it, but I accidentally scrolled over someone else. Now there is one kind of annoying thing. It does, if you, as you can see, if you accidentally scroll over something else, it will go to that. So yeah, you can reset it. Doesn't do anything to it. It just puts it back. And I'll show you where your vehicles actually get reset to now, which is a really useful thing to know. So if we go one more time, here we are. We're actually behind that little field. And what we actually have is, for that little tractor that I used to put that tipper on, there's actually a plow here. Now, some people might use the plow. What I usually do is I usually take the plow and sell it, if I'm tight for money. And yeah, now that we have this, what we can do is we can actually come over to the silos and get, I think the next thing we're going to get is canola. Because canola is the least, like, you get the least amount of canola from replanting and from harvesting it. But you get the most money when you sell it. And I'm not going to sell corn right now if I can avoid it, just because I can't actually produce anymore. So if there's a great demand for it, I am in trouble. Now we're actually going to look. We got 1,166 is the top offer. The freight yard usually has the lowest for everything, by the way. And I think that this was the highest offer, and it is at the transport company. So yeah, now once we're full again, we're going to use the same method to find the transport company. Now the transport company is a little tiny bit more annoying to get to just because of the way the map is, and I'll actually show you because I remember going there a few times to sell various things. Now, instead of going down like we did, oh yeah, there's also tire tracks now. Instead of going down like we did, we go down this road. Now we're actually going, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to go by the heating company. Nope, it's on the other side of this mountain. Thought that was an actual plant, but I think this up here is the milk trailer. Oh, also there are sliding physics, so if you have a tiny tractor and tiny trailer and you're barreling down a hill at full speed and you go to turn, you will now slide around. Yeah, this has to be the milk place, because it doesn't have a regular sell point since the milk truck comes out and buys your milk. Unless this is just for decoration, I don't know. I've never actually gotten into cows in Farming Sim 2015 because I had that problem where one of my mods made it unplayable because of, I think what happened, by the way, last episode with that mod was I think it was conflicting with another driving mod that was for physics and stuff. But anyway, now we are getting close to the transport company. Keep in mind, especially in single player, if you're one of those who doesn't like to use like workers and stuff like I do, you will be spending a good amount of time driving around when you're selling your crops, which isn't that, it is still similar from 2013, but yeah. Now we're actually going to start this dumping. As you can see, the money is going to count up. Now we're actually going to move the combine just so, because there's no way I'm going to be able to afford any of the silage trailers or a baler now. And as you can see, we have $10,000, which is really good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put the pipe out just so I can show you guys how you use one of these normally. Now we're going to come get here. And one thing to remember, guys, is if you're buying like bigger trailers before you upgrade your combine, there's a good chance it won't be overload into them, because look at how much space we have. And it is a pretty specific hitbox on this one. You can't actually, like, in the last game there were a few trailers that you could actually clip the spout through to get more height for a smaller combine. But as far as I can tell from the trailers I've tested and stuff, most of those you can't do that now. And if you've never done that, don't worry about it. It was kind of a glitch anyway. Here we go. Okay, and we're not going to sell barley also, because while I do encourage selling a few things, it is good to have a good buffer ready, just in case some unexpected expense comes up, like it costs more to seed than you think. So now you can see we can just come up here and we have that dynamic grain that goes where it actually should, and we get 62%. I can't remember actually how much of this was filled up, but I don't think it was more than 62%. So yeah, now we can go around with this little thing filling up from the combine and then overload it into a bigger trailer, and that is actually a really good way to do it, I found, which is why I downloaded those in the first place. Now, while I could go sell this wheat, like I said, I'm going to be trying to build up a stash of stuff, because in the long run it does benefit you to have, I usually try and keep all my silos at about the same level, minus canola. I usually like to have a little bit more canola because it's a quick cash crop, which means for every trailer I load of it, I get more cash quicker, but it also gives a lot less, so you have to farm it more often. Actually, we're going to come show you. Can I make this turn? Yes, I can. So this is where you'll store like your potatoes and stuff. And there's potatoes, sugar beets, and this is actually new. I'm going to actually read the little help bubble. So yeah. This is for any surplus wood chips, and you have to use a loader to get them out, which is why I downloaded all those load mods, because some of the in-game loaders are, I don't know, I'm more of if I like the way a tractor looks, I'll use it. If I don't, I won't. And there's a few things about some of those I don't like as much as others. So now we're actually done with all three of these tractors, and as you can see, these are still going. Now, that is one thing you'll need to keep in mind. If you consider buying Farming Simulator, you'll need to make sure you have enough spare time on your hands to wait for this guy and this guy to run what they need to do, because these are the two slowest processes. Harvesting can be slow, but it's nothing compared to the torturous waiting for one or more machines to finish up when you have nothing else to do. Now we actually have some excess money because of that, because of selling that canola. So I think we're gonna buy a chainsaw, and I'll show you how to use the chainsaw now. Which one do we want? I like this one the most. And they're all the exact same. And now we can press 1, 2, and 3 to switch in between the chainsaws. Now we're actually gonna go just over here. Now I wouldn't recommend cutting down like what I'm going to do, but I plan on buying a trailer pretty soon to get rid of the tree with. Now what you're gonna want to do is I just press 1 because it's the first chainsaw I bought. And if you click the mouse button, as you can hear, it revs up. Now, hold the right mouse button and move your mouse back and forth to do this. And when you get close to a tree, you can see that there's this blue ring. And if you click and hold, it turns green. And that means that your chainsaw is going to cut into it. And now we give it a second, and there goes the tree. We have just cut down a tree. Now to remove the stump, I've seen it done where you kind of like crouch down and cut off like all the way to the very bottom of the hitbox of a stump, which is usually about like if you're good enough with the telehandler for branches, you can actually pick up this stump and sell it. Now, what I'm probably gonna end up doing in this series, and as you can see, sometimes it doesn't cut properly because it's a stump. What you usually end up doing is either buying a wood chipper or taking this down to the new selling points for wood. Now, since I don't actually have I do have those spare tractors, but I kind of don't want to use them up. And to debranch these, all you do is walk up and down and by the branches, clicking really short bursts on your mouse. And this will destroy, and tilt it if you need to. And this will destroy all the leaves, because if you're trying to load these onto a truck or load them into a wood chopper, it gets pretty annoying to have them in the way. And that way you can actually see how much wood you have available for, you know, selling and stuff and wood chipping. Because yeah, no matter what you decide to do, you will need to chop down quite a few trees to make a profit, because the machinery that you use to handle them is pretty expensive, which is why I don't, I wouldn't encourage you to try getting into wood chopping your very first day. You'll probably want to have a little bit of money in the bank, because until you get used to the mechanics and actually working with the trees in the game, you can lose some money because you're probably not paying as much attention to your crops if you're wood chopping. And yeah, that's at least been my experience with it. Maybe you guys will have a different one though. But yeah, you just go around. I kind of want to clear this off all the way. There we go, and now we just got that really annoying one. So as you can see, this, even just this tree here, it gives a lot of wood, but be cautioned. The tips of these are actually not walk-onable, because the entire like tip from about here to there comes off. And we're just gonna shut that off now. After I just do it like this. And yeah, sometimes the hitboxes are a little wonky, but yeah. Oh, and if you cut off like, I'll show you, if you cut off like the very end of something, like there, I'll just show you. Normally, it will actually just vaporize like that. So be careful about that. So I guess if you wanted, you could technically just get rid of all the trees by cutting off that short of sections, but I'm not going to do that. And we can't actually do anything more with this tree now. We actually do not have the proper equipment, which is why you don't need to worry about wood chopping yet. And now we're actually going to show you guys where that cultivator actually is. And after this, it'll be the end of this episode. Now, I'm going to come back to the next episode with the crops actually grown so that we can take a look at harvesting and dealing with straw and stuff. Because right now, all there is a lot of waiting for the machinery to get done. Because one thing that I like that they did in this map is you start out with 3 fields that are really big, but it makes it possible to farm a lot of money really quickly because you have these huge fields available to you, and especially if you fertilize all of them. But unfortunately, we don't have enough funds to buy a fertilizer spreader. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Why don't you leave a comment to tell me whether or not you're new to the farming sim world, if you've played 2015, if you played 2013, and if you use mods, what your favorite mod is. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Leave a like if you like this video, and leave a comment below if you want to tell me some technique that I missed in talking about one of the areas I covered today. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.